There is a meadow, somewhere beyond the last fence, where the ground goes purple in summer and the air smells of sleep. It is called, by those who know it, the lavender meadow. Tonight, under a wide, patient sky, the lavender was at its softest. The plants stood in long, tidy rows, each one heavy with a slow, sweet breath. A small listener, tucked under their covers far from the meadow, could imagine walking the path that runs between the rows. The path is pale earth, cool under bare feet, soft with dust. On either side, the lavender rises to the knee, then higher, waving gently as though saying hello, hello, in a language made of drowsiness. The evening had settled here the way a cat settles on a warm stone. The sun had dipped behind the far hill a while ago, leaving behind a sky the color of bathwater just before the plug is pulled. A first star had appeared, and then another, and no one had rushed them. A bee, very late for the hive, moved slowly from flower to flower. She was not gathering anymore. She was simply visiting. She touched each head of lavender with her small, soft feet and thanked it, in the way bees thank things, which is without words. Then she drifted off toward a hollow oak that she knew would be warm. The lavender did not mind. The lavender has been thanked before. A breeze moved along the rows, and the plants bowed together, one after another, like a kind audience. The scent rose with the bow, and the scent was the whole point of the meadow. It was a scent that said, "Come in, sit down, stay a while, you do not have to be busy here." Along the low stone wall at the edge of the meadow, a cat named Biscuit was walking slowly home. Biscuit had spent the day napping under a rosemary bush, and she felt pleasantly crumpled and content. Her tail made a small, lazy question mark above her. She would be in her kitchen soon, by a stove that had been warm for hours. The small listener could almost see her. They could almost feel the soft brush of her side as she passed by. They could almost hear the muffled click of her claws on the stone. In the middle of the meadow stood an old wooden bench, worn smooth by years of knees and picnic baskets and afternoon books. Tonight no one sat on it. It simply waited, patient as a grandfather, holding a little pool of moonlight across its seat. The moon had climbed just high enough now to touch the tops of the lavender, and each head of flower glowed for a moment, a little silver candle. When the breeze moved, the whole meadow flickered, soft and slow. It looked the way a lake looks when a hand has just left it. The air itself was getting sleepier. It carried the scent of lavender and the scent of warm earth and something farther off that might have been a neighbor baking bread. The small listener breathed it in without trying. Their shoulders softened, their hands unfolded. Crickets had started their gentle evening work along the edges of the rows. They were not noisy. They were steady, the way a clock that is good at its job is steady. Tick, tick, tick went their quiet legs. Nothing about them felt in a hurry. At the end of the path, a small lantern hung from a post. It had been lit earlier by a farmer who did not stay to watch. It swung, very slightly, in the breeze. Its light reached into the lavender and touched it kindly, and then reached into the sky and touched the first star. The meadow breathed, the lantern breathed, the small listener breathed. And the night arrived, soft as lavender, kind as dust. And as the night grows quiet, remember this. You are safe, you are loved. And it's time to rest. Sweet dreams from the Happy Dreamer Company, Crescent Moon.